All right, we got another movie starring Jennifer Lopez. I'm a fan of Jennifer Lopez, so this should be great, right? Let's talk about it. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Atlas is the name of this latest Jennifer Lopez Netflix film, coming in at 1 hour 58 minutes, PG 13. Now, this is being directed by Mr. Brad Payton. Look at him right there, the picture with that camera, looking all professional, like he knows what he's doing. If we scroll down and look at his filmography, let's see what he did. He did Rampage. I actually like Rampage. It's not that bad. I actually own it on Blu-ray. He also did San Andreas. From what I remember, it was pretty decent. Wasn't the best thing in the world, but I can say that I was entertained by it. Everything else here, I can't remember or I did not see. I know I did not see Cats and Dogs, The Revenge of Kitty Galore. That's just funny right now as I'm reading it. Interesting name. I didn't see Incarnate, Frontier, or Daybreak, but if you saw any of those films, let me know down in the comment section below. Now, when it comes to my expectations for this film, when I was surfing the Netflix YouTube channel, just looking for things to cover, I saw this trailer a couple of months ago. I watched it and I said, oh, that looks good. That looks like it's going to be pretty cool. I like Jennifer Lopez. I like Sterling K. Brown. The idea of AI and these mech suits going around, taking over the world, etc. I'm on board with this. I think this is going to be a blast, whether I see this in the theater or at home. I was ready for it. But then I forgot about it and I was like, oh yeah, this Atlas is about to come out. Let me go ahead and watch it so I can give my audience a review. But my expectations ended up still being mediocre. But before I get into all the nitty gritty, before I talk about all my likes and dislikes, let me tell you exactly what this film Atlas is all about. In a bleak sounding future, an AI soldier has determined that the only way to end war is to end humanity. All right, guys, the first thing that I liked about this film is the way it looked as far as AI, artificial intelligence, has advanced in the world. They do not give you some type of subtitle letting you know that this took place in the year 2053 or 2167. If they did, I missed it. We have sprinkles of AI right now in 2024, but this, of course, is in the future. And I was saying to myself, okay, that does seem like it is realistic within the next 50 to 100 years. It looks kind of cool. It doesn't look like it's a civilization that's just impossible. But, you know, hey, who knows what the future holds? This does look tangible, and I was here for it. I was. I think there are a lot of advancements to AI. I'm not going to lie to you. I do use it sometime myself, but at the same time, I am not 100% on board with everything that has to deal with AI. And that is exactly what this film does delve into. And so it did draw me in after the first 10 minutes. The reason why I said that is the first 60 seconds or so in this film, it did seem very empty and shallow. It seemed very generic, like, oh my gosh, as they're introducing us to this movie, this is something that I've seen 1 million times before. Nothing fresh, nothing new, but hey, we're here. So let me try to enjoy this the best that I possibly can. Now, I will say that this film is perfect for home, perfect for streaming. If this was released in theaters, I think it would be a huge miss, to be honest with you. But I will say, besides the opening scene, the first 60 to 90 seconds, the first 20 to 25 minutes of the film were not that bad. We got a great exploration of the world and what technology can do. We got a great action sequence, and it was well choreographed. I was like, oh my gosh, if AI is just bad and is just taking over the world, we are going to be up a creek trying to defend ourselves. And the film did a great job of planting that flag and letting you know who's boss or who is at least trying to be the boss, the overseer. I was actually really looking forward to more of the technology and the Mechzoid suits and how they operate and maneuver and get around and how they can be an asset to humanity. And then when it comes to Jennifer Lopez, I think she's a great recording artist, dancer, and she is a decent actress. She's not the best in the world, not saying that she's going to win any Oscars or anything like that. And of course, that's not even her goal. but from the few films that I have seen from Jennifer Lopez, I enjoyed her performance. I enjoyed her character. She was a great addition to whatever project she was a part of, and I will get to that. Now, the film is titled Atlas, and that is the titular character, Jennifer Lopez. Her name is Atlas Shepard. She is an analyst in this film and trying to take down the AI technology that is trying to take over the world. And while I did enjoy the beginning of this film, like I said, the first 20 to 25 minutes, including her character Atlas, when it got around a 30 to 35 minute mark in this film, that is where things just started to go downhill as far as the plot, as far as anything making sense or being consistent, and her character as well. She was super duper annoying. Atlas in this film, Jennifer Lopez, was a overdramatic emotional wreck that I wanted to die because I could not hear the sound of her voice. Now, me saying wanted to die, that may be a little bit too much, but I just did not like her character. It didn't really make any sense for the position that she put herself in. She knows what's at stake. She knows what this AI technology is capable of, but she wanted to be at the front line, but did not properly prepare herself mentally or physically, and that just makes no sense. If I'm going to volunteer to go into a war, I'm going to make sure that I know how to run straight, know how to shoot my gun, load it, tie my boots, all that good stuff. I'm not just going to go in blindly hoping for the best. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. And that is exactly what her character did. I was screaming at the TV when I was watching this at home. Like, what do you mean? Why are you complaining? Why didn't you prepare? What did you think was going to happen? This is dumb. And I just didn't like it. And when I say she was an overdramatic emotional wreck, I mean that with all of my heart and soul. Too many times in the middle of this movie, spanning at least an hour of this runtime at the very least, she just screaming, "Oh my God, what are we gonna do? I'm so scared. It's all my fault. I'm so sorry. Why? And I'm just like, geez, Louise, please get out of here, ma'am. I don't feel sorry for you. You brought this on yourself. Why would you agree to go to ground zero and not prepare yourself?" I said that again, but I just had to reiterate myself because it's just dumb. It doesn't make any logical sense. And then when it comes to other characters, Mark Strong is in this film, fantastic actor, and also Sterling K. Brown. But I feel like their involvement was wasted. These are great actors, some of the best as far as A-list is concerned, in my opinion, but they didn't give anything that's memorable. It's just all forgettable and generic profiles to fill in space and take up runtime. There was just no of that Mark Strong that I know and love, or Sterling K. Brown. And even when it comes to Simu Liu, Shang-Chi in the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he was in this film as well. And from the little I've seen of him, I liked him, but he was just another bland, hollow shell in this film. But he just really didn't do anything in this film to contribute to significant. Or what doesn't make sense and is not consistent with his character is he's AI technology. He is the bad guy. He is the antagonist. And they say it so many times in this film that he does not have any emotions. He does not have any soul. And they do showcase this a number of times, but towards the end of this, he's clearly showing emotion in his face, and it just doesn't add up. I was saying, wait a minute, you would come off more cold-hearted and threatening if you wasn't showing any type of emotion or discomfort in your face right now. And I just really didn't like that. It kind of clocked me out of that moment too. When it comes to the action, there were just a few flashes of cool scenes here and there where I said, okay, that looks nice, but it's not anything long enough to where you're going to remember it or brag about if somebody was asking you about this film. Oh, how was Atlas? Oh, it was okay, but the action was dope as hell. You can't even say that. You can say, oh, how was Atlas? Oh, it was okay, and the action was cool. I mean, it was just a waste. There was a few moments again to where I was like, okay, that's cool. Barrel roll, you're shooting guns, jumping up in the air. But it was just not enough for this film to hold any weight as far as great action movies for 2024. And the plot or consistency in the action was not existent either. I don't understand how Jennifer Lopez's character Atlas can put herself in this situation. She has no training, no experience using certain technology, and she survives. But everybody that wakes up at the crack of dawn that has been training with this technology from sun up to sundown, they're executed just like this. But Jennifer Lopez's character Atlas is able to survive. that doesn't add up either. And then again, a lot of the action is off screen. I want to see this, but no, we just show up and people are dead. I'm like, okay, what the hell? I kind of wanted to see that. But then later on in the film, where Jennifer Lopez's character Atlas does get some training, she's able to wipe out a whole fleet, a whole legion of bad guys, just like this again. But then when it comes to the final showdown, she's struggling against one foe, one antagonist, one bad guy. And I'm just like, wait a minute. You're able to take out 50 people here, but then you're not able to take out one person here. There's no consistency. This just doesn't add up. This movie isn't horrible, but at the same time, it isn't good either. You're not going to remember this. If you go to the theater and pay your hard-earned money for it, I think you will be pissed off. I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your money. You can do whatever you want to do. But guys, that's just my opinion. I will go ahead and give my rating for this at the very end of this review. But for now, guys, that is just my opinion. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and help me reach my next milestone of 75,000 subscribers. And if I had to rate Atlas out of a 1 out of 10, man. I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna give it a 6. I'm gonna give it a 6. That is barely passing. I couldn't determine if I wanted to give it a 5.5 or a 6, but I'm gonna give it a 6. It's not horrible. It's not trash, but it ain't good either. It's very forgettable. The main plot point through line of this film is, hey, trust AI and the world would be a much better place. But you know, this is very forgettable, like I said, and we've seen this a million times before. So guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.